Hey, you, Ronald, I've just got one thing to say to you. You're fired.
Huh? What's happening? Oh, good morning, Mr. Potter, sir. What's with this all of a sudden? I don't understand what's going on, sir.
There was a huge mistake done in the Woods Company project, and it's your fault. I've already checked this out with the department manager, Mr. Gray, and something needs to be done about it. I'm taking care of the matter, as you're the one who's responsible for this mess. From today, you're not to come into the office. You've been officially fired.
Why are you firing me for? What did I do? Okay, but even though you've said that a couple of times already, I don't quite understand why this is happening. Can I explain what happened so that I can understand your decision as to why you're doing this?
I don't want to hear any of your excuses, Ronald. I'll send all the stuff that you've left on your desk later in the day. There's no need for you to pick it up. You're not to come here again.
Please don't do anything to the personal belongings on my desk. Not until I know what's going on.
Oh, so you want to play hardball, huh? You know I can play that game too. Let's just throw all your things into the garbage, shall we? Don't even think about coming by this office ever again. You've been forbidden to enter the building. Nobody wants to see your face around here again.
But sir, I don't understand why this decision has been made. But fine, I won't step a foot in the office again. I'll do as you say, sir. Hey, Melissa, look, something bad has happened and I really need to talk to you about it. Have you got some time right now to talk? I could really use your advice right now.
Ronald, are you okay? What's going on? Did something happen?
Yeah, it's not good. I've got no idea what I did. I just got a message from Mr. Potter. It was during the day and I was minding my own business and then this. He told me that the company just suddenly decided to fire me, so he told me he was dealing with my firing.
Excuse me? What the heck? Are you saying you just got fired? Why are you even being fired in the first place? Like why now? At this time of day?
Well, if I say it how it exactly happened, it went like this. I got a message from Mr. Potter, my manager. He said that there was a mistake in the Woods Company project. He then said that he had just checked it over with Mr. Gray and that it fell on my shoulders and that it was all my fault and that I'm not to come back to the office. That's the conversation I had with Mr. Potter. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Okay now, just hang on a second. But isn't Mr. Gray the one who makes all these decisions, not Mr. Potter? I don't understand why Mr. Gray isn't the one talking to you about what happened.
I'm curious about that too. That's why I wanted to message you about it to see what you thought. Unless if he wanted Mr. Potter to deal with this situation, it really should be Mr. Gray who reported to me about it, not a person below him. I don't get it. I guess he's your father and all, so I thought he would deal with it.
I have no idea, Ronald. No matter what way you think about it, he can't just possibly fire you without probable cause. Or at least explain himself.
I was actually planning to call Mr. Gray to talk about it to him directly. But he seemed to have turned off his phone, so the call isn't going through.
Apparently, last night he slept a lot for the first time in a long time because he said he'd turn off his phone. Well, surely he's awake right now, but I wonder if his phone is still turned off and he's forgotten to turn it back on.
Oh, is that what you think has happened? You might be onto something there.
Yeah, just hang on a minute there, Ronald. I'll listen to what he has to say on the matter. Just give me a few minutes and I'll come back.
I'm sorry about all of this, Melissa, but thank you for your help so far. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Ronald, I am sorry to have kept you waiting. I hope I wasn't away for long.
You're fine. It's only been about 10 minutes. So were you able to get anything out of him? What happened?
So, he told me that he has no recollection of any interaction with Mr. Potter regarding the Woods Company project. He said that he wouldn't let anyone do something like that while he's in his current position. It's something he wouldn't do in the first place. He would have come to you if there were any issues.
Is that right? That makes sense. I just don't understand what Mr. Potter's doing by messaging me that I'm fired.
Yeah, so that's what my father has to say about that. He seems very confused by the situation as well. Ronald, are you able to come by the house right now?
Right now? What for? What else have I done wrong?
Nothing, but I think maybe it's to discuss what's going on with Mr. Potter. I don't think it's something my father wants to talk about over a message. He said that if we could, we should discuss things face to face and talk over dinner. Also, he said the president of the company will be attending as well.
I'm sorry, what? Even the president of the company? This has got to be something really bad, right? If he's gotten involved. But would it be okay for my sudden interruption, though? I don't want to disturb if they're discussing important work-related matters.
Don't worry about that. But if you're worried about the food situation, it's okay, as I was originally planning on having food delivered today. So feel free to come over if you'd like. I'll see you later, okay? But it sounds like my father wants to eat and have a drink with his future son, Ronald. So you can chill and talk to my father. I'm sure he'll listen to you.
Oh, really? I can't actually believe that. But yes, I'll see you in a bit for dinner. It'll be nice to have a drink with your father. If that's what you want me to do, I'll come over and bother your family.
Of course. We want you to be here. Take care getting over here. I'll see you soon.
Hey, Ronald, I need your attention right now. Where are tomorrow's meeting materials that were supposed to be on your desk? I swear they were put down here. Without the materials, the meeting can't go ahead. This is urgent. Hurry up and tell me where they are. Just because you don't work here anymore doesn't mean you can just ignore my messages.
Hey, Melissa. I wanted to thank you so much for your advice and support yesterday. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad I was able to talk to your father and the president of the company.
No, thank you for coming over and talking with him. They very much enjoyed your company.
Even so, thank you for inviting me. I never expected something like this to happen behind all the office crap that goes on.
Right, yeah. I'm quite surprised by how they interact as well. It's much more chill than an office building.
Yeah, they're very concerned about the situation, though. If that's the case, I'll wait and see about what Mr. Potter does. I'll try not to react to anything he's doing until the situation changes. For the meantime, none of it matters to me right now.
Exactly! That's a good way to put it. You don't need to worry about what Mr. Potter does until the situation unfolds.
Yeah, I know it's a little early, but I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. This whole thing has been quite exhausting. Tell your father I said hello, and thank you for talking things out with me the other night.
Fair enough. I would too in your situation. Of course I'll tell him you said that. Good night. I hope you have a good night's sleep.
Thank you, Melissa. Sweet dreams to you.
Okay. Ronald, I'm sick of not getting a reply out of you. The materials that I asked for yesterday weren't completed. Now I've got to go to the Woods Company and tell them how sorry we are that everything has fallen behind. It's all your fault, Ronald. What are you thinking messing around like this? Ronald? Answer me, man! What does it mean that you've been absent without as much as a peep out of you since yesterday, huh? You're gonna be in some deep trouble if you're not careful.
Day 3.
Ronald! This is the third time I'm contacting you and you've not answered me. Aren't you coming in today? You can't just be absent without letting anyone know about it, right? That's what I'm gonna ask. The proposal I told you to make for Jones Company. What's going on with that? I can't get into your work laptop because I haven't got a clue what the password is. So what is it? Seriously, man? What are you planning on doing about all of this?
Hey, Ronald. How have you been since all the crap went down about your work? Have there been any more developments on that? Has Mr. Potter gotten back to you with anything? What has he been saying?
Hi. Oh, yes, he's been saying quite a bit. He's been sending so many messages every day over the past few days. And that same person just turned around and said that I'm absent without getting permission. I don't understand. He's the one that said I'm fired the other day.
Come to think of it, he said Mr. Potter sent a message saying that to you the other day. I might as well tell you, Mr. Potter has a really bad drinking habit.
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you saying he's an alcoholic?
Well, you know how if you drink too much alcohol, your memory starts to get worse over time, right?
Yes, I guess I've been told that before. A colleague who's accompanied me on a night out once said something like that can happen. It was a Saturday that I received his message about getting fired, so I thought he might have been working on his day off or something. He got all worked up about the Woods Company project I was working on and how I made some sort of mistake. Then he told me I was fired. But he must have still been drunk, and now he can't remember that he actually said that and thinks I'm not showing up for work. Oh my god, it's all falling into place now.
Yeah, my father has had it with Mr. Potter in that he can't handle his nonsense.
I guess if I were to look back through my message history, I can see when he was drunk or not. Maybe it's just something I didn't notice?
I suppose so. Even though he's in the same generation as my father, he still remains only a manager. You'd think he'd be in a higher job position by now.
Really? I suppose his drinking problem's holding him back and creating so many problems.
Ronald, this is getting beyond a joke. Reply to your messages, man. What's the password for your work laptop? The department manager just asked me for the progress on another company's proposal. And it's stuck on your laptop. Hurry up and tell me the password. This is urgent. I'm sick of you no replying. Get to work on time and get on with the project. Stop being so irresponsible. Hey, you! Ronald! Stop ignoring your supervisor. There's another company that's needing their proposal looked over. What the heck do you think you're doing by not replying and not showing up to work? You're going to regret ignoring me. All the companies that work for us instructed you to do everything for them. Even though I'm the one who submitted it under my name instead of yours, this is going to go very bad if things continue like this. Ronald, answer me. What's wrong with you, boy? Hey, Ronald, for goodness sake. I'm here to tell you that the General Affairs Department are going to take away your work laptop tomorrow. All the documents I had to do for all these companies are also on your laptop. This is ridiculous. It's like talking to a wall. Oh yes. Isn't there also data on there that deals with the internal stuff at work? If I don't do something about it, it's going to be all my fault, even though it's all your work I'm trying to get. Hurry up and tell me the password. I'm begging you to tell me. Ronald, you've not replied to a single message for a whole week. Cut the crap and reply to me right now. I'm not going to stop sending you messages until you've replied to me. My performance rating will go down if you don't show up to work. I'll come over to your house and drag you here if I must do that so I don't lose my job.
Good morning, Mr. Potter. It's quite early to be messaging me now, isn't it?
Excuse me? What do you mean by that? It's a normal time for people to be awake. You're finally replying to me now, huh? What took you so long? Don't you realize how many days you've missed? Why aren't you showing up? You're making me so furious to the point that I'm gonna pop so many blood vessels. And our department manager as well.
Even so, all the companies you were mentioning, when you think about it, you were forcing me to do a lot of the work, weren't you?
What the heck are you talking about, boy? It's normal for the boss to assign the work to his workers, isn't it? That's how it works here. You weren't absent from work without anybody's permission, and you were slacking off. I was the one that had to finish the work for you, so I sent the proposals to the companies that were requesting them. You need to get to work right now. If you get to work in the next 30 minutes, then I won't fire you and I'll forgive you for not showing up. That's what Mr. Gray has been saying to me as well.
Oh, is that so, Mr. Potter? Don't you remember saying to me that I'm fired and that I don't need to come into the office anymore?
I never said that to you. Why would I say that to you? What are you talking about, man?
Maybe it's because you were so drunk at the time you were messaging that to me and you were just saying what your heart desired?
I haven't got a clue what you're on about. I don't remember that at all. What are you saying?
Well, it's too late to take it all back now. I would go back and check your chat history if I were you. That might jog your memory. Actually, you might want to go back even before that conversation was had. You do realize that Mr. Gray and I quit our jobs on the same day over 10 days ago, right?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You both quit your jobs? And you didn't say anything to me about it? Not just who you quit, but Mr. Gray as well? No way! That can't be true!
The general manager decided to start his own business, and he wanted us to join him in starting a new company. So we ended up quitting our jobs together. I assume you didn't notice that happening?
I thought he was just going on a business trip and then he'd be back soon to do his duties.
There was an announcement almost a month ago through the internal chats and through the department's morning meeting. After talking it through with Mr. Gray, he gave all my portfolios that I had for all the other companies we worked for to another colleague. Honestly, it would be an unreasonable thing to say to someone to get back to work now when I chose to quit my job now. Wouldn't it, Mr. Potter? I wouldn't have been so bothered about it if I hadn't quit my job, but I have, and now I'm an outsider discussing confidential information with an ex-coworker of mine. That's not the best look, Mr. Potter.
But it's only because you never replied to me and it took you so long to do so. Why?
Yes, it did. I thought that you would notice eventually what's going on, but another employee had to make it more obvious to you. I couldn't bear to be so persistent, so I sent a reply like this to get back at you for the way you've been treating me.
This can't be happening right now. Are you serious? Okay, you need to tell me who each case was assigned to right now. I'm supposed to be the creator, so I'd be in big trouble if someone submitted documents without my permission or not checking them with me first.
Huh? I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Mr. Potter. What do you mean? Isn't it no longer necessary for you to be the creator of those documents, Mr. Potter?
Huh? What do you mean by that? Why not? I don't get it. What's going on here?
Didn't anyone tell you that the company is filing for bankruptcy?
Are you kidding me? Bankruptcy? Is this a joke?
It's no joke, sir. I received a message from a former colleague saying that they had talked about it in this morning's meeting. I never thought something like this would happen to the company, so I thought the best idea was to quit before things got worse. I suppose you haven't got to work yet, so you don't know the details?
I'm on my way to work right now.
Oh, is that so? Well, I guess you didn't get over your habit of being late to work then?
Now, just rewind back a little bit. I don't get why the company's filing for bankruptcy. Does that mean that I'm unemployed from today onwards until I get another job?
Well, I guess so. If you're fine with that, I guess you've got no choice but to be employed now.
But what am I supposed to do now? I've been at this company for so long already. This has got to be the worst thing to happen to me. How am I supposed to get a job after all this happening?
I don't know. You've got to figure it out. I'm going to leave you to it. Please excuse me. After this, Mr. Potter apparently went home instead of going to work. Of course, it seems that an explanation of what happened was given in some form at a later date. There was talking about arranging a new job. Mr. Potter was so drunk that he didn't listen to everything. By the way, he's single, in his 50s, his parents have passed away, he has no siblings or family, so unfortunately not a lot going for him. He started drinking alcohol all day long thinking about what he should do with his life. One day, he was rushed to the hospital due to acute alcohol poisoning. But there was no one to take care of him, feed him, shelter him, so he didn't recover very well. The other day, he was released from the hospital and into a specialized facility. I do feel quite sorry for the guy, but I just wish he would have nothing to do with me ever again.
Hi, Claire. We need to talk.
Good morning. I'm sorry, who is this, please?
This is Linda, Todd's girlfriend.
Oh, he has finally moved on. I'm happy to hear that. How can I help you?
Wow, we haven't even started the conversation yet and you're already telling lies.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
You're not happy he has moved on, much less with a younger woman like myself. And you seriously want me to believe you didn't know about the relationship between your husband and me?
I can see there is a big misunderstanding here. Todd and I are divorced. He is not my husband, and up until now I had no idea you two were together.
You liar! I can see now why he hates you so much. You refuse to love him, but then you don't want him to have love without you. And now you're telling me you're happy for him? How do you sleep at night?
See, Linda, I don't know what Todd told you, but there is nothing going on between the two of us.
Stop with your lies. Set my boyfriend free so we can move on with our lives. You're just a bitter old woman who knows she will never be able to land another man, so she holds on to the one she hates. But all that is over. I'm here now and you're leaving my man, or else.
Are you threatening me?
Yes, this should let you know just how serious I am about this. There'll be hell to pay if you don't divorce Todd. I won't ask again.
Obviously, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm done with this conversation. If you have a problem, settle it with your boyfriend and leave me out of it. Goodbye. Todd, good evening.
Hi, Claire. How are you doing? It's been a while.
Things are not great, Todd. I had a chat with your girlfriend today.
Linda, what does she want with you?
You tell me. She thinks we're still together. Why would she think that, Todd?
Should I know? People say lots of things. Besides, we were together for so long, it's hard for a lot of people to get used to the idea that we're not together anymore.
Todd, we've been divorced for a year now, and before that we were separated for 2 years. Everyone knows we're not together anymore. Everyone but your girlfriend, apparently.
Why are you pinning this on me? It's not my fault.
Well, you're not the one she contacted and said those mean things to. You need to let her know that you and I are done.
My God, look at how easy it is for you to say we're done.
What do you mean?
Come on, Claire. You know the divorce is not my idea. I never wanted it.
Are we going to do this again? Do I have to remind you of every time you hurt me? You were never around, and you always lied to me. I couldn't cope, Todd.
But I apologize and you forgave me. Unless you lied to me.
I did forgive you, but that was for my peace of mind. As it stands, I have nothing against you, and I would like to keep it that way. Just keep your girlfriend in line, okay?
Let's just leave Linda out of this for now. We're talking about you and me.
What? Linda is the reason we're having this conversation in the first place. You have a new relationship, so focus on building it and tell Linda the truth.
I'll tell Linda whatever I want. You and I aren't in a relationship anymore, remember? You made that pretty clear already. So just shut up and leave me alone. You don't get to tell me what to do.
This is like talking to a wall. I'm done.
Claire, it's been a week now and you're yet to leave Todd. What are you waiting for?
You again? How many times will I have to tell you? Your boyfriend and I are divorced.
Stop with the lies, you old hag. I know why you're still holding on tight to him. And it's despicable. At first, I thought it was because you were scared of being lonely, making you want to stay with someone you clearly didn't love. However, it all makes sense now. You're only in it for the money.
The money? LOL. What money?
You're just a gold digger, Claire. Face it. That's why you got married to Todd in the first place. For his money. You've already wrecked him with alimony alone. But you're not satisfied. You still want to rip off as much as you can from the poor man. Why are you so wicked?
My God, did Todd tell you all this?
Yeah, he did. Your demands made him bankrupt and almost destroyed his company. Till today, he is still yet to recover. You destroyed the man completely, Claire, and you still won't leave him alone. You are the devil.
Wow. I had no idea Todd saw me this way. He told you I'm responsible for everything he's going through?
If he hadn't met you, he'd be a billionaire by now, not struggling to company afloat. I've seen your social media accounts. You're living large and having a great time, but it's all off of Todd's sweat. You are a wicked and ungrateful woman.
This is getting out of hand. I see I have to handle this myself.
What do you mean by that? Claire?
Todd, I'm tired of all this. What have you been telling your girlfriend about me?
What is it this time around?
Please, answer my question. Linda still believes you and I are married even though I asked you to tell her the truth. Why are you doing this to me? Do you know how much she's harassed me?
See, it's not my place to decide what my girlfriend thinks, okay? She has her rights, you know.
Why don't you just tell her the truth?
Why don't you just mind your own business, huh?
Hold on. My God. You never told her, did you? You were never planning on telling her we are divorced, were you?
We just need to move forward from this so we can put it behind us.
How can this be behind us when Linda keeps on harassing me? Why won't you just tell her the truth? This is the exact thing you did to me when we were married. Telling lies and keeping secrets. You keep forgetting it will always come back to haunt you.
If you keep your mouth shut, no one will find out anything. Soon, she'll get tired anyway and we'll be out of your hair.
Tired? Out of my hair? Ugh, it all makes sense now.
What do you mean?
You don't want to commit to Linda, do you? She wants marriage, but you don't. And you don't know how to tell her, so you lie about us. You tell her mean things about me, and she believes you because she loves you, and pours out all of her anger on me.
Claire, you're reaching.
I'm reaching? How can you tell her I destroyed you financially? Your company is doing great. Why did you tell her you're struggling?
That was not a lie. I am struggling. That was not a lie. I am struggling. The company's struggling as well.
No, I've seen the reports, and everything is fine with the company. What do you gain from painting me as the evil wife? You know you don't want to marry her, then tell her. Stop stringing her along and making me suffer for your poor choices.
You're just making a big deal out of everything. Yeah, I told her a few things about you, hoping she would understand why we couldn't get married. How was I to know that she would text you? Just go with the flow, okay?
No, you will tell her the truth, or I will do that for you.
Just mind your own business for once, will you? You and I are no longer together. So stop butting into my affairs.
Your choices are affecting me, and you expect me to do nothing?
I expect you to let me handle it. You want to always have the final say, and that was what you did that ended our marriage.
Your choices ended our marriage, and if you keep feeding Linda lies, your relationship as well.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Linda is a grown woman, and she's fully capable of making her own decisions.
Tell her, or I will.
No, you won't. Just mind your own business, Claire. Claire!
Claire, do I need to take this matter to court for you to understand just how serious I am about this?
You can try, but it won't make any difference. Matter of fact, you would only end up hurting yourself.
You really are determined to stand in the way of love, are you not?
I'm not in the way of your relationship, Linda. And because I don't want this to happen again, I'll tell you what is really happening. Todd doesn't want to get married to you.
You crazy witch. Have you no shame?
I'm sending you a picture of our divorce papers, which he signed as well as I did.
God, this is doctored. I don't believe you.
Yes, you do. Todd was only telling you these things about me so he wouldn't have to tell you he didn't want to get married. He was only stringing you along.
So you're telling him that you're not milking him for his money?
His money? Todd has no money to call his own. He's been struggling with a gambling addiction that almost ruined him. He used his company resources to place a huge bet, and he lost. It was my investment that saved him from going bankrupt. The company came back on track, but he didn't learn his lesson. He's still gambling. That's why he's always out of money.
My God, so he lied about everything?
It seems he pinned everything on me so he wouldn't have to have the talk with you.
I don't know what to say.
Well, you have a choice to make. But do not harass me again or I'll be the one taking you to court. And I can assure you that you'll lose terribly.
Jeez, don't be so strung up, okay? Don't be so strung up, okay? I didn't say I believed you yet. I have to talk to Todd and have him confirm all this. For all I know, you're a liar who will say anything to get her way.
Honestly, I really don't care. I just want nothing more to do with you. We'll not be talking anymore. Goodbye.
Claire, what did you say to Linda? She just broke up with me.
What do you mean? I told her the truth you were keeping from her.
How dare you? I told you to mind your business.
And I told you to deal with it so it wouldn't mess with my peace of mind. You didn't. What was I supposed to do?
Ignore it. What else could you have done? You went to tell her everything and now she's gone. Just like you. You just ruin everything for me, don't you?
No, this was all you. How long were you planning to keep your gambling addiction a secret from her? Or the fact that the company is doing great? You just keep on making poor choices. Todd, this is just another reminder that you're not fit to be at the helm of affairs.
What is this supposed to mean?
I've been talking to the board of investors. We no longer trust in your ability to run the company.
You want to fire me, but it's my company.
It bears your name, but you're only a 10% owner. I have 40%, and then the other investors agree with me. We'll employ a manager who will take charge of the company.
Because of this thing with Linda, you'll destroy my life?
You need to get your life in order. Gambling has destroyed you. Your lies have caught up with you as well.
Claire, please don't do this.
You still get your dividends, and you'll still be a member of the board of investors, but you will no longer call the shots.
Fine, Claire, I'm sorry, okay? I should have told Linda sooner.
This has nothing to do with Linda, but we won't be overlooking your shortcomings anymore.
Claire, at least reconsider.
Todd, don't ever lie about our marital status again. If you do, I'll sue you in court and make sure I destroy you just like you told Linda I did.
Claire, please think about it. Claire!
I moved on with my life, doing nothing but chasing my own happiness. The company flourished under the management of the new CEO, and all the investors were happy. Last I heard, Todd was buried in debt from the casinos and gambling houses he frequented, and he was still unable to stay away. I can only hope that he will find the strength to break away from this destructive habit.